All right. Hello, my name is Nicole Naditz, and I'm going to make this quick recording to give you an overview of the Seesaw tool, which is a digital portfolio tool. This recording will only be 15 minutes long, and I will send you instructions on what to do to complete the rest of the hour and a half for credit in ERO. First of all, it's really important that you jot down this link so that you can go back in later and get the slides. You'll need these so that you can go through them again at your own pace. When the slide deck opens, you'll be able to save it to your Google Drive, and if you don't know how, then that will be provided to you on this slide. And I wanted to give a shout out to Deanna Duffy, who is a French teacher at Bella Vista High School. Seesaw provides a lot of ready-made slides for training purposes, and Deanna took the time to go through and find the best ones for us to use for training in our district. As a teacher, you will want to either download Seesaw to a phone or tablet, or you can go to the website listed here, app.seesaw.me, and create your account. You can also create a separate account as a student if you would like to experiment and see what the interface looks like from a student point of view. You cannot toggle back and forth between student and teacher with the same account. So you might use your San Juan email for your teacher account and your private email for your student account. As I said, Seesaw is a digital portfolio, and what it does is it allows you to really easily capture digital and physical work and store it in a folder that each student in your class will have within the app. There's a video on this page that kind of gives you a little bit of an overview of what Seesaw is and does. What's really cool about it is it can capture all kinds of work that students do, whether they do it digitally or handwrite it, and it can even capture audio and video. Your students will sign into Seesaw in one of two ways. They might use a QR code that you will be able to generate from your account, or you might set up your account so that it provides a class code that your students will type in order to access their class in Seesaw and ultimately their own personal folder within that class. Once you are in the interface, both you as a teacher as well as the students, these are the most commonly used tools that you have access to. You can take a picture with the built-in camera on your device, whether it is a Chromebook, laptop, tablet, or phone. You can record video. You can draw something, basically using your finger if you are using a phone or tablet, or a stylus if you have one, or using your mouse if you are on a laptop or Chromebook. You can upload a picture that is already in the camera roll. You can type a note. You can share a link to something on another website, and you can even upload files from Google Drive or other cloud services. Once you have taken your photo or video or done a drawing, you actually have some tools at the bottom that allow you to rotate that item, record your voice over it, draw on it, or add a caption or label that is typed. So this is an example actually with Deanna Duffy and her brothers. She uploaded a picture of herself and her brothers. She used the text tool to type in some words. She also used the draw tool to handwrite some words. And as we'll see later, you can even record over that and add audio. So again, one of the most common ways this is used is for students to take a photo of their work. For example, they might take a photo of a math problem and then talk about their thinking that they used in order to solve that problem. So they'll tap on photo first and take a picture with the built-in camera. Once they have a picture, they could be done, but if they're not done, they can add a layer of content to it. They can rotate it if they need to. They can use the microphone in order to add audio. They can draw on the picture, like circle things on it while they talk, for example, or they can type text. Now, I do need to clarify, you can't do all those things at the same time. For example, you can record, and then you'll have to save that recording. The tools appear again, and then you can draw. You'll have to save the drawing. The tool choices appear again, and you can add text, and then you save the text. So as you can see, you can type information below the photo. There's even a little bit of predictive text as well as just an undo button. Once you are done with any one piece, you click on the green check mark in the upper right corner. This is a really important thing to tell your students. So you need to click on the green check mark when you've selected your photo. You'll need to click it again when you're done typing. You will click it again when you're done drawing or when you are done recording. Once you are completely finished, you click the green check mark one final time in order to get ready to submit your work. That will bring the students to a screen with the list of folders for their class. In this particular screenshot, everyone had a number because it was for professional development and people didn't register in advance, so we just gave them numbers. But your class will have names there most likely. Students will find their name in the list and then touch next to it in order to add a check mark next to their name. If they worked in groups, they can actually go through the list and put a check mark next to every student who is in their group, and their work will appear in each of their folders. The item is added to the stream after teacher approval. This is important to share with your students because they are often nervous about not seeing their item right away once they have submitted it. They need to understand that they will not see it until you have approved it. You also have the option of using video in a very similar way. People use this to record spontaneous conversations, number talks, book talks, partner reading, to do all kinds of things where they're going to talk about their learning and share their knowledge. And they can still use those same built-in annotation tools to add text or drawings to their video. This slide gives you some resources. First, you have the class setup checklist. Underneath that, you have 2 videos: how to set up your class using the class code and then how to set up a class in another way. The screen that you're seeing on the left is basically the teacher management screen for their classes, and there are several options you will want to go through and determine what is correct and appropriate for your class and the work you would like to do. Another thing we would like to suggest is that you go ahead and create some folders within Seesaw. So what happens is that when your students click on their personal folder, it will open up to show them any folders you have created. So if, for example, you are an elementary teacher and you have a folder for writing, social studies, art, students will see that inside their own folder every time they do work in Seesaw, and you just tell them which folder you would like them to submit their work to. Would you like it to go to the writing folder today, perhaps the art folder, perhaps the coding folder? And there's a video on the right to help you learn how to create and use folders. One other really awesome feature is that it's a great way to save work that students create in numerous other websites. Anything that gives the student a link to their work so that they can share their work with others, that link can be put in their journal in Seesaw, and it will open up usually right within Seesaw, so it can be watched right there. There's a full list of compatible apps linked on the bottom of this slide. There are getting started guides available for you that are actually grade level guides if you are interested. There's even a Seesaw student challenge and certificates you can print out. And some other helpful tips I'd like to share with you. Remind students that they should listen to the audio in their recordings before they submit it. They need to make sure they can be heard. Remind them that they won't see their work in the stream until you have approved it. You can share through Google Classroom if you choose Google to create your account and log in and use your San Juan information. If students are going to record audio or video, I recommend you do some practice activities first to work out the kinks in how much background noise is interfering with the quality of the audio, whether or not if they're using a phone, they need to hold the microphone part of the phone directly up to their voice if there's a lot of other noise. And there is actually a parent or family feature that gives guardians access to their students' portfolios. They are not able to get into any other student's folder, but you need to be aware that if you are doing group work, and the students are talking or using video, parents will automatically be able to see and hear the other children in the group. As a result, in order to comply with federal and state laws, you must have written permission from guardians before granting parents access if the students are under 13 and other students will be visible in each other's folders. So we're going to shut down this part of the presentation, but I will be sending this to everyone who attended along with instructions for completing the rest of your work so that you can get credit for the full hour and a half. Basically, we're going to have you go back through the slide deck at a slower pace, explore a lot of the links that were provided on the various slides, and then begin creating your accounts and determining what activities you would like to do with your students. There is an evaluation for the course, which I very much appreciate you completing, and I want to thank you for your time.